This is Calvin Castine. It's the second day of April 2005, and we're at the 8-Ball Billiards Cafe on Route 9 in Plattsburgh, just a little bit north of the city, across from the North Country Shopping Center, right across the road from Gary and Jerry Finney's Sports. And we're here for the, what I believe will be the final installment of the 2005 8-Ball Billiards annual, 13th annual, in fact, pool tournament. And this is a winner's bracket. So the loser of this game will continue in the tournament, but will move down to the loser's bracket. This is only two players in the tournament at this point, at this stage, that have not lost a match in this double elimination tourney. 4 players have been eliminated. We are down to just 4. Half of them are playing right now. Jeff Benware, who defeated Rick Giro and Sean Agony to be here, is against Don Cook. Don Cook defeated Jim Washburn and Herb Collins. Doesn't matter if you make something on the break, it's still your choice. And if you don't make something on your second shot, it becomes your opponent's choice. This is Washburn shooting. Don Cook will shoot. Going after the 3-ball. And he blocks the pocket. Actually, didn't even block the pocket. A lot of room for that 13 to get through there. He'll probably shoot the 11 next. But the 14 and the 13 left to get. Position will be everything from here on in. Gets good position on the 14. He'll have to bring that ball back to get position on the 13. And he does. Nice bottom English on it. Brings it back just enough. A few more inches and it would have been a scratch. So Washburn in good position here to sink that 13, and he's going to have a unroutine shot for the 8. He'll have to take a good shot to put the 8 in. But everybody in this tournament is capable of good shots. That's why they are here. First things first, he'll get that 13. Puts the token on the corner pocket. And looks like he'll have a pretty easy shot after all. And game 1 of the best of 3 belongs to Jim Washburn. Here's Cook. He's scratched. With the scratch, it's ball in hand for Washburn. Looks like he's gonna have a good shot at running this. Comes around, but a little trouble here with the 2 or the 10. Apparently he can see the corner. We can't tell that from here, but and if he could see the corner, he missed it. So leaves the door open for Cook. Cook's got a little problem here. He's got to break these up if he's going to do anything. Trying to decide if he's going to start with the 6 or the 1. Looks like he's leaning toward the 1 so he can break out those other 3 balls. Wants to break those up. And he puts a ball in, and he leaves himself a nice shot on the 5. He'll go for the 4. He has a shot at the 4. Johnny Cook, chance at running this, tying up this match at 1 apiece. But he pretty much has to run it in order to stay alive in this match. Both players with no losses, the only 2 left in the tournament without a loss. So a loss is not fatal at this point for them, but you don't want to get in that loser's bracket if you can avoid it. Well, one of them will have to. Just barely in. That was not that tough a shot. Cook would have really been kicking himself if he missed that one. Put that 6 in and try to get that 8 so it's not too close to the bank when he gets done with this. Put the token in the corner. Looking to knock this one up. And missed it. He missed it. But I think he left Washburn a tough shot. Washburn is going to try to put it in. Shooting the 10 in the side. Has little choice in the matter. And he makes it. Nice shot for Washburn. And he gives himself a beautiful, almost straight in shot on the 8 ball. Wasn't much doubt where he was going to put that token, and he's going to eliminate, well, no, excuse me, does not eliminate Don Cook. Don Cook moves to the loser's bracket. Bill Hathaway will break. It's Hathaway and Neil Young. Hathaway lost his first round game to Rick Giro. Young losing to Jim Washburn. Another platter of goodies here being brought out. Cheeseburger is very popular here. Let's see, Washburn, Hathaway Shoots the 2-ball. Hathaway then went on to defeat Sean Agony and then Jim Washburn. Young then went on to defeat Herb Collins and Rick Giro, who had been moved down to the losers bracket. Winner of this will go on to face Don Cook. The loser will be eliminated in this double elimination tournament. Then after Cook and the winner of this face each other, the winner of that game will then go on to face Benware in the finals. Neil Young trying to put the 10 in the side. Will be blocked on this one, looks like. Trying for a combination. No, not trying for the combination. Off the bank. Now the 5-ball in the corner. And he thinks he can put that 4-ball in the side. Looks like there's plenty of room. And there is. And he's going to end up with a good shot on the 3, but he's going to have to follow that down to get a shot on the 8. Breaks the 8 out a little bit, and I think he's broke it out enough to have a relatively easy shot. A little bit of danger of scratching on the side. Hathaway lining it up. And he's got it. No scratch. He takes game 1 from Neil Young. Hathaway will break. I guess it's Young's turn to break. Good thing the referee is on his toes. Let's watch the action. Looks like he made one of each. It's his choice anyway. And he puts the 4 in. He's got the low balls. Shoot the 5. My guess is he'll go for the 2. Unless he's thinking 3 shots ahead there. Little bottom spin on it, draws it back out. One ball in the corner. And he gets it. Now the 3 ball. He'll want to follow it a little bit, stay up next so he can get to 4. Came a little hard off the bank that time, but he still has a shot at the 4. And he should be in good position on the 8. Hit the bank first, came off the bank, then hit the 4 ball. That's not what he wanted to do. Bill Hathaway will need to just about run this table or hide the cue ball. I think he's shooting the 10. And put the 9 in position. Actually, he can take his choice from there. Shoot the 13 now. Keep in good position. Shoot the 14. Straight in shot on the 15. He'll follow it a little bit. And have a shot on the 8 into the far corner. Hit it off the bank. Chance for Young to win it. Slice the 14 into the side, into the corner. And scratches. He'd probably like to take that ball and bite it. Ball in hand. Hathaway sinks it. So Neil Young has just had a painful elimination. And next up it'll be Don Cook and Bill Hathaway. Donald Cook has won the coin flip for the break. There's 3 players remaining. Ben Ware will face the winner of these 2 guys. But the 3 players are all in the money. The top 3 get a cue stick. Cook breaks and nothing drops. So Hathaway will have his choice. The winner of this has to beat Ben Ware twice. It's a double elimination tournament. Ben Ware has not lost. With the scratch, it's ball in hand for Don Cook. Looks like he's going to shoot for the dozen ball. It's the 14 in. 15 will go in the far corner. And it looks like the one he's going to shoot at. He makes it. While all this is going on, a hard luck tournament has also been going on with players who participated in the qualifying tournaments but did not make it to the finals. They were eligible to participate in the hard luck tournament. And we should point out, as we turn over to the TV camera, TV station here, Pope John Paul died earlier today, John Paul II. And even though it's been 26 years, I still remember the day the previous Pope, John Paul I, died after a very short reign. And it seems like a very quick 26 years for John Paul II. Shooting the one ball. April 2nd, 2005. Putting to 2. That's what's left on the table, folks. Hathaway in position to run him. He could put the 6 in, leave himself a good position on the 3. And he says, what am I going to do? I'm going to put the 8. Well, he's not only thinking about the 6 ball, he's thinking about the 3 and the 8. But can't think about the 3 or the 8 until that 6 is in. However, Don Cook does not seem to have a particularly good shot awaiting him here. He's going to try to put that 9 ball in the side. He'll try to kiss it off the 11. That didn't happen. And at least he didn't scratch. Follows the 6, Hathaway. Leaves Don Cook with a ball in hand. He's trying to figure out a way to get that 11 by the 8. That can't happen. You're going to have to put it in the other corner. Shoot the 9 ball now. If he makes this, that 8 ball is sitting in a very pretty position. The only danger he has is scratching, and with the ball off the pocket a little bit, looks like there is not a lot of danger of scratching. Well, Don Cook will take the first one. All right, Bill Hathaway will serve up the break. I didn't hear anything fall. Looks like it's going to be Donnie Cook's choice. Don Cook. Don Cook and I were in first grade together. He was a wild and crazy kid. He had so much fun in first grade, he stayed for an extra year. Now the camera's on. Okay, Jay, I promised way back in the first tape of the day that you were going to tell us where you got some of this stuff that is furnishing this establishment here called 8 Ball Billiards Cafe. Want to run through your list? You seem to have scavenged all kinds of stuff. I'll watch Don while you're talking.
Okay, don't let Don get away. Well, this place was built on collecting stuff over the years. About last 5 years got most of the stuff, but we've been collecting other stuff for 10, 15 years. What I did was I put them in alphabetical order. The American Legion in North Troy, Vermont, we got some ball racks and cue racks that are on the walls. Barman's Place in Ross's Point, we got a Bud Light tin that Terry donated. The Ball Club in Plattsburgh, we got a Miller Lite mirror. The base housing, Plattsburgh base housing, we've got all the lights that are over the bar, the fire extinguisher boxes, and odds and ends around the place. Big D's Cooking in Plattsburgh, we got the booths for the back deck. The Cork and Board Restaurant in Burlington, Vermont, we've got the salad prep table in the kitchen. The Country Club Tavern in Moores, we got the cooling unit and the compressor for the walk-in cooler. Dinah J's in Plattsburgh, we got tables. The Grand Union Consumer Square in Plattsburgh is all in knotless maple surrounding the walls and the bar. Helen's Hideaway in Saranac, we got a Molson tin. JB's in Ross's Point, we got a Bud Light tin. These are all pool-related memorabilia. The Leclerc's 2-burner frying pan in Ellenburg. We've got the floor machine, the 16-foot stainless steel hood, the Ansel system, the oven, safe, and numerous other little things.
What do you keep in that safe?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, just checking. Good answer.
At Lindsay's Casual Food and Spirits in Plattsburgh, it's now 99. We got all our booths, all the tables, and all the maple bar stools, as well as a brass glass rack and other odds and ends.
All right, in the meantime, Don Cook has just eliminated Bill Hathaway. We're going to go to the finals. We could have one match left, or we could have two, depending on if Cook can beat Ben Ware in the first match.
My lucky. With this caliber, it's anybody's.
Jay will get back to his list in a moment, but we're going to start the finals here. It's a double elimination tournament. Jeff Benware is not lost, so Don Cook has to beat him in two matches. Don Cook has lost a match, and in fact that match was against Jeff Benware. So Cook will have to win 2 out of 3. Actually, he's already lost the first one. Kind of like the Yankees and Red Sox last year, and those darn Red Sox pulled it out. So let's let this what could be final match begins. Let's let Jay continue with his list of where all this place came from.
Okay, to take off where I left off, the Officers Club in Plattsburgh, we got the big wooden walk-in cooler door. The railings when you walk in the entranceway, we took the spindles out and put cues in it. And a lot of the mop boards and moldings around the place were all taken out of there. Pappy Jack's Pub in Plattsburgh, we got the shuffleboard, which is now the top of the bar. Robin's Nest in Champlain, we got the bar sink and the glass door and shelving unit to put the beer on behind the bar. The Royal Savage Inn in Plattsburgh, we got a 2-door freezer and numerous other little things. At Route 21 in Consumer Square, we got fluorescent lighting. St. Mark's Men's Club in Montreal, we got antique memorabilia, billiards rules and snooker rules. The Surrey in Plattsburgh, we got the kitchen sink. Susie's in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, we got a heating unit for the kitchen. And TJ Maxx and Consumer Square, we got all the pool room fluorescents and all the complete restrooms.
Even your toilet seats are used.
Even the toilet seats are used.
Are you done?
I've done that list.
There's more?
Well, you want to talk about Homer Facto?
Yes, but he's not on that list. You haven't got anything from Homer Facto, do you?
I almost did.
You almost did. Yeah, after Donnie takes his next shot, I'll zoom in on Homer Facto down on the table, and you can tell us a little bit about him. Nice shot.
Okay, this year we traveled to Sable Forks to honor Homer Facto's pool hall, and we held locations at American Legion Post 504, 20 Main, and Riverside Hotel and Bowling Alley. We want to thank those people for getting in. And the story goes, mention Homer Facto to just about anyone in Sable Forks, and they will tell you about the days he served as a chief machinist mate in John F. Kennedy's PT squadron in the South Pacific during World War II. In fact, Sharon Houston remembers Homer getting groups of school children together and telling them stories about the PT days. Greg Kurz said that Homer was invited to President Kennedy's inauguration. Greg reflected on Homer being director for the Drum and Bugle Corps at the Brigadiers. Homer was also a member of the American Legion 504 band. Homer's pool hall was open from around 1946 to 1973. He operated his pool hall himself. It was open from 9 or 10 at night, till 9 or 10 at night, and he lived upstairs. George Kurz recalled Homer keeping the place in great shape. He tipped his own cues, must have been 100, all numbered, Greg added. Bobby Ward, who used to skip school to play pool, remembers the numbered cues. The pool hall had 4 large tables with ball returns. Like many of these institutions, the invention of the barroom pool table contributed to the demise. In the early days, women rarely went into the pool halls. You had to be 16, and Homer was known to ID people. He, like Artois of Keysville, didn't let any nonsense go on, and if you behaved, you were allowed in. The old-timers enjoyed straight pool, keeping score on the score beads overhead. They usually played on the tables toward the back so they wouldn't be bothered. Greg remembers the pill pool as a popular game for some. Then rotation was the next most popular. 9-ball and 8-ball were less popular in those days. And Homer also didn't condone gambling. If anybody wanted to gamble, they better keep it quiet and not let Homer hear about it. Some of the good shooters were Eddie Wilkins, Dick Green, and Frank McGurn. Frank was a champ in Rochester for years, and he brought his love of pool to Homer's. Paul Savage added Dyer Duck St. John from Keysville to the list. He was real good. George Kurz, Greg's brother, recalled an old fella, Earl McDonald. He came mostly in the afternoons from Jay in his light blue Model A. He would play with his buddy Duck St. John. Rick Depo recalled Homer's pool hall as a beautiful setup, a cool place. Rick added players to our list: Halsey Betters, Joe Barrett, and Pop Murphy, a good player who enjoyed his cigars. George Kurz only went a little bit after school, but he remembered Homer as a very quiet and easygoing man. Paul Savage said Homer ran a tight ship. No drinking was allowed. He took excellent care of his tables, Paul continued. Paul also recalled Homer squatting down to rack the balls for people. Paul said a lot of older gentlemen used to go to talk about and watch pool, not even play. Jimmy George used to sit on the steps and chat with Homer. Bob Torrance said, yes, it was like an old Cracker Barrel setting. Old people just gabbing off. Bob mentioned that Homer had old metal toys, new and still in the original boxes, on the wall for sale. He spoke of a fire truck and a grater. They would be worth money today, you know. Homer had a small store in the front. He offered cigars, candy, and soda, among other things. Sharon Houston mentioned a soda machine. For only 10 cents, you could pull a soda down to get it out. Sharon went with friends when she was 15 or 16 years old. A trend Homer started in later years was allowing girls in. In fact, Sharon said he didn't even ID them. Linda Hackett Whitcomb reminisced about playing there, and that some of the guys resented the fact that Homer was letting girls in. Homer's place was busy on Thursdays, which was payday for J&J Rogers Paper Mill, a major employer in the area at the time. If Homer was full, people would go across the street where Stewart's now stands, to the American House Hotel. If a table opened up, Homer would motion guys over as he could see them in the window. Homer passed away in 1990. He was 72. Though he is gone, his legacy remains, and he will be sorely missed. And if anybody has any ideas about a community in our area that had an old pool hall years ago and is now closed, you call 8-Ball Billiards and talk to Jay. That's me, and we'll get going up there and interview people and do a story on it. Thank you.
All right, when did you start this practice of honoring the different pool halls? This is your 13th tournament?
98.
Started at 98?
This is the seventh annual road trip.
And of course you remember every one of the pool halls you've honored in the past.
I could probably rattle them off, Calvin, without a piece of paper. Beautiful shot.
And Don Cook is one game away from a painful elimination.
Just about impossible. Because you need to play 2 tables.
All right, here's Donnie Cook. Don was a pretty good basketball player, you know. Good shooter, good hustler. And he could jump. That was a few years ago, though, but must have landed on one hip one time too many, though. He's favoring one of his hips now. He's one game away from being eliminated, so he's got to win the next 2 games in this match, and then win 2 out of 3 in what would be the final match. But if he doesn't win this game, this match is over, and Ben Ware will have won it. Getting in that winners, staying in that winners bracket is a big advantage. I'm going to slice it in. He does, and gets 2 for the price of 1. He's got a little trouble right here with the 12 ball behind the 3, and his 10 and 11. Are probably touching. I think he's going to try to come off the bank and see what happens. No, try to hit him direct and move them around, put the 11 against the bank, which with the 4 being right near it isn't that bad a thing. Well, Ben Ware has all 7 of his still on the table. It's about 10 of 7 here. We've been taping since about 1 o'clock here at the 8-Ball Billiards in the pool tournament. Going for the 6, going to sneak it by the 8, and he does. And he puts the 11 ball right in front of that pocket. The 4 might go all the way down, but with the ball not being on the bank, it becomes a particularly tough shot to put it that much distance down, but it looks like the ball is not touching the bank. If it's on the bank, it can be a relatively easy shot. And it will follow the bank down, but because it was off the bank a little bit, it has a tendency to drift. When it's right tight to the bank, if you hit the bank and the ball at the same time, it'll hug the bank all the way down there, assuming that the banks are straight. Earlier today, we're at the Adirondack Builders Association, their 12th annual show. We were there with Gordy Little, getting a little bit of insight into the Building Association. Another 2 for Don Cook. And he's in good position here to tie up this match. He's got the 10 ball to contend with, and then he'll have just the 8, which he'll try to put on the side. Assuming he... What? Don Cook. Don Cook. Says it's the easiest shot he's missed all day. That was a routine shot. I think he was looking forward to the next game there. And he's given Ben Ware a chance to run the table. He's going to try to put that 4 ball. I don't think you can see that 4 ball without hitting that 3 first. Let's just watch and see. Let's just watch and see here. I'm not sure what the heck he was doing. I think Don Cook is about to scratch here. He has to hit his ball first before he hits any other ball. 10 in the corner. So that's a scratch. He did not hit his ball first. Ball in hand for Ben Ware. Puts a 2 in. And he's got a good shot at running this table and ending this match and the tournament. I assume he'll get the 7 next. Comes back, gets position on the 1. I think you can see that. I don't think it's sitting on the rail. I think he can put that 4 in. He'll shoot the 1. Going to go for the 4. Comes back. They'll get easy position on the 5. And it'll just be the 8. And now he is 1 8-ball away from being crowned the 2005 8-ball billiards tournament champion, Jeff Ben Ware. Looking to win it all, and he does it, defeating Don Cook, one of the former champions in the tournament. Defeats Donnie Cook. And stick around, we'll watch the presentation of the awards as Hathaway, Cook, and Ben Ware will get their championship paraphernalia from tournament chairman and 8-ball billiards cafe owner and CEO and dishwasher Jay Montpelier. There's never a dull moment on Hometown Cable. Last night we were at the Community Variety Show at Shazy Central. This morning we're at the Adirondack Builders. Today we're here. Tomorrow we'll be at the Presbyterian Church in Shazy for their 200th anniversary. They're older than this tournament, Jay.
By a couple of years, Calvin?
By a couple of years.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our top 3 finishers here. First place, Jeff Ben Ware from Malone. It's his 2nd time to the finals. Congratulations, Jeff. He gets the Corvette Cube by McDermott. 2nd place, Don Cook. He's a past champion, a 5-time finalist. 2nd place, congratulations, Don. And our first-time finalist comes in third place, Bill Hathaway. Congratulations, Bill.
And that'll wrap it up. Hometown Cable's coverage of the 13th annual 8-Ball Billiards Pool Tournament. A fun time was had by all. Thanks for watching, and for those of you supporting viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable.